Cheap but good. Man, most of the time these two things don't collide, but when it comes to cars, these qualities could really exist in a single package. So yes, this video is about me revealing these underrated gems. Hello everyone, this is Scott from CarlandTV. It's time to get in the front seat, as today I am going to give you a rundown of some cheap yet super good cars that are not known to many car consumers. Before I start, I would really appreciate it if you would push those buttons below, the subscribe button, the notification bell, all of them. This is not necessary, but those little clicks help a brother out. Plus, it pushes me to give you more valuable car-related content on your screen. Now, buckle up, and let's get back to the video. Buick Regal Tours 2018 to 2020 models. I know a lot of you here are not aware that a car named Buick Regal TourX does exist. But yes, this one is actually in the catalogs of Buick, and many of them have been littering in the used car market. What even surprises me is that even those who know this car exists are not aware that it's a European-built luxury wagon disguised under an unpopular American badge. Now, why don't people buy it? The answer again is straightforward. Nobody here in the US buys wagons anymore. That's the harsh truth. Plus, there's also the fact that Buick completely failed to market this car. So is this car bad? Not at all. In fact, it's the opposite. The thing is, the Regal TourX was actually built by Opel in Germany, so it shares its entire platform with the likes of Opel Insignia Sports Tourer. Now, what that means is that underneath the Buick badge, you are really getting German engineering, which is about premium build quality, and a ride that feels more like an Audi or Volvo. In fact, the TourX driving verve doesn't feel anything like Buick, and I am not kidding. You can buy a used Regal TourX at around $15,000. And some of the better models may cost $25,000, which is still not bad. Every model comes standard with all-wheel drive and a 2.0-liter turbocharged inline-4 engine that produces 250 horsepower and 295 pound-foot of torque. These numbers are far from underwhelming. It is also paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission, which helps the turbo engine deliver instant torque from low RPMs, making the TourX feel surprisingly quick for a wagon. As far as I know, its 0 to 60 time is around 6 seconds or so. The ride quality of the Regal TourX is really good. Its suspension is tuned for long highway cruises and does well in absorbing bumps like a luxury car, but it still stays composed through corners. Again, it has German DNA, so its superb qualities are just expected. Chevrolet Malibu, 2019 to 2023 models. The Chevy Malibu, specifically its 2019 to 2023 models, is actually a really good fact, but a lot of buyers these days tend to overlook this sedan. Now, this one is completely understandable because in recent years, American sedans actually have been getting bad raps among buyers. That's why a lot of Japanese and European cars overtake them in terms of popularity and sales. But I want you to see Malibu as an exception to this case. Over the years, Chevy has been constantly improving this car, but a lot didn't pay attention. Its 2019 facelift gave the Malibu a sharper front grille, LED daytime running lights, and a sleeker body design that makes it look far more upscale than its price suggests. Its interior is surprisingly refined. It's not totally upscale, but I like that it has a clean, minimalist dashboard layout, soft touch materials, and a standard 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system that supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Its higher Premier trim models, however, offer luxury features like heated and ventilated leather seats, Bose premium audio, and even a wireless charging pad. These are very features you'd thought to exist in a luxury car, not a budget-friendly sedan from Chevy. But for me, the real reason why it's such an underrated ride is its comfort and efficiency. Most Malibu models come with a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that produces 160 horsepower and 184 pound-foot of torque, which is then paired to a CVT automatic transmission. Of course, these numbers don't sound exciting and impressive. That's true. However, I want you to realize that Malibu's engine is tuned for smooth, low-end torque, so it still feels quicker than most naturally aspirated rivals like the Toyota Camry or Honda Accord. Plus, you can't downplay its fuel economy. It's rated at 29 miles per gallon in cities and 36 miles per gallon on highways, so if you want to avoid expensive fuel costs, you should really consider owning a used 2019 to 2023 Malibu. Kia Cadenza, 2016 to 2020 models. The Kia Cadenza is another classic case of no people knowing it exists. It's under the radar but doesn't really deserve that treatment. After all, it offers full-size comfort, premium features, and qualities that are akin to a Lexus, for half the price. And yes, I am talking about its used market models. You can basically buy this thing for as low as $13,000, which is damn cheap already. The reason it's so cheap is because Kia never marketed the Cadenza properly here in the United States. Plus, I am also aware of the fact that most people associate Kia with economy cars and not luxury sedans. So if I say that Kia makes premium cars, a lot would not believe me. What many of you don't know is that the Cadenza was built to compete directly with the Toyota Avalon and Lexus ES. Yes, you heard that right. And whether you believe it or not, in many ways, it's better than both. Let me convince you. The interior of the Cadenza feels genuinely luxurious, especially in the technology and limited trims, with quilted Napa leather seats, a heated steering wheel, and real wood trim. The quality is so fantastic that I wouldn't believe at first that it was built by Kia. Soft-touch materials are everywhere, and the double-pane acoustic glass makes the cabin whisper quiet at highway speeds. I am not certain about this one, though, but I do believe that the Cadenza's rear seats are one of the most spacious in its class. It has a limo-like legroom and is easily more comfortable than most luxury sedans under $30,000. I also have to mention its 3.3-liter naturally aspirated V6 engine. It makes 290 horsepower and 253 pound-foot of torque, which is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. By all means, it has a powerful powertrain, but not just that, it's also silky smooth and tuned for refinement over raw speed, and that makes the Cadenza feel like a luxury cruiser rather than a sports sedan. I really love its effortless acceleration and how quiet and composed it feels on the highway. You can't just beat that. Mazda 6 2018 to 2021 models. The Mazda 6 is a cheap car that feels like a luxury sedan. Practically, you can buy models of this car for less than $20,000, and that's outright affordable for the goodies that it can deliver. In particular, I really find the Mazda 6 as one of the most overlooked midsize sedans on the market right now, despite it offering that authentic premium feel for a car meant for the budget spenders. The reason it's so cheap is simple. It got discontinued in 2021, so eventually most buyers flocked to the Toyota Camry and Honda Accord without giving the Mazda 6 a second look. The Mazda 6 punches beyond its price tag. Unlike most of its rivals, this one was fashioned with the European sports sedan philosophy. What this means is that it blends sharp handling, upscale materials, and a sleek exterior. In terms of these aspects, it feels closer to an Audi or BMW than a Toyota or Honda. Even the base models come with soft-touch surfaces, stitched leather on the dashboard, and aluminum accents, things you'd never expect in this price bracket. Of course, don't expect that this car has a zesty or monstrous engine. The base engine features a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine that makes 187 horsepower. It's not that powerful, but it's downright smooth, responsive, and refined. You also have the option to experience its 2.5-liter turbo engine, which is found on its Grand Touring Reserve, and Signature trims. This turbo engine cranks up to 250 horses, which closely rivals the likes of the Audi A4 or BMW 330i. I find this turbocharged engine a true workhorse. It pulls hard from low RPMs with effortless torque, which is matched by its chassis that feels tight and athletic through corners. Its steering is also precise, while the suspension is perfectly balanced between comfort and sportiness. Overall, I am confident that this entire car was designed by people who actually care about driving dynamics. Trust me, you won't regret the Mazda 6.